Flat Earth British, Martin Liedtke speaking. Welcome people, welcome to my channel and welcome to the great Flat Earth British think tank for a Sunday night presentation, juicage, cluage, and this will be highly interesting. I think you will enjoy. It's the 27th of October 2019, oh so they say. And get your happy hats ready. Okay, we're going to have some fun. I'm going to go through some really cool stuff that I've gathered. Okay, guys, so thank you. I noticed I went past 4,000 subscribers today on my brand new channel, which is really cool. Happened quick. My channels. Now, I've had a message off YouTube because they've given me like an impossible situation to resolve over the last month or so, which is make a YouTube channel on a YouTube channel you're blocked from scenario. So I basically said, just don't even fucking worry about it then. And they've come back and said, we're going to try and sort something out now. We'll get back to you. Okay, I've given them 3 different channels, but none of them will do to transfer my old channels back. So that's in the pipeline. Okay, so keep an eye out. That will be back, I'm sure, shortly. So what we're going to look into, guys, is something really interesting. Okay, now one thing I want to say first, right, what I've noticed is concerning the so-called Edwardian era. There's only a small window of time, the Edwardian era, when King Edward was on, 9 years I think. Okay, so it's in the first 10 years or so of the 1900s. Now, how is it we know so little about these people? I've been researching it. We know hardly anything about them. Yeah, they're so recent within living memory, or when I was a child within living memory. Now, I've got a set of films that I'm going to go through with you guys. I discovered these maybe 10 years ago when they were found. Okay, they were on British television. They were very rare and very valuable films of the Edwardian era, from actually 1901 through to about the First World War, 1915. And what they show is northern towns, Ireland, but primarily northern mining towns in England. And these places really don't go with the official narrative. Okay, guys? And you get to Europe. We're going to look at Europe as well. Amsterdam. And then I'm going to ask you, do you feel really, really robbed? The question is it better now, or what I'm going to show you of the past? Okay. Is what I'm going to show you. The penny will drop soon, I'm sure. So, and we got some awesome picks of the day, and we're going to look into something that came my way by the way of a comment of one of my fave subscribers, is Edna Bell. We love Edna Bell. Thank you, Edna. But she really, really got me thinking. And it was this comment. I tried to look it up just now about this new way of looking at your comments. You can't go through them more properly. Concerning fairgrounds in the late so-called Victorian era and the Edwardian era, she noticed that there's an overwhelming amount, it's unproportionate amount of adults to children, as in there's hardly any children, only a few, not that many teenagers, considering it's all popcorn and candy floss and seaside resort, and they're mostly adults. Right, so I thought, well, is that the case? So I did a bit of research and I looked into it, and I think overwhelmingly there's mostly adults at the seaside at this time. But as I've talked about before, there's something else going on with Victorian seasides. Okay, they're antiquitect, they're mud flooded, their history's bullshit. We'll look at Blackpool now. And why Blackpool? Because it's called Blackpool because it was a black pool, so swamp. And it arrives 1819, and it's amazing. If you don't know Blackpool, maybe a lot of you flat earthers do. It's just a massive seaside resort in the UK. One of the biggest fairgrounds going. It's like 3 miles of just, places where you get ripped off, shitty chip shops and fucking rubbish, really. Stuff made by child slaves in souvenir shops, etc. But I remember when I went there as a kid, this place was spooky, and you got 3, maybe 4 piers, and I went on one, and it was all Victoriana left over from 100 years ago, and I was just absolutely fascinated by it. Yeah, it was just amazing. It's all very Empire and British flag based back then, but stuck in my mind. So just sharing my thoughts. make sure to subscribe, okay? We're still on here for now. Great Fat Earth British Think Tank. I'm going to get underway with the juice. Lots going on. Okay, so peace and love to you all before we get going. Up the vibration, as I always say. Okay. As I try to do in my own life. Okay, which is fucking far from easy at the moment. So, Blackpool. Blackpool is really amazing, but what you notice, right, is this is basically an article concerning the growth of the town. Okay, so it's the official narrative for Blackpool. Just blow that up a bit, please. And you get these big Tatarian buildings, hotels. This one's called the Metropolis. So again, it's a Phoenician term. And the Antiquitect, and it's that same Tatarian feel. But the seafront. So I've spotted on this image, I think it was no children. There, one child. Adults. Just all seems to be adults. I don't know what that means and why kids are not going to the to the seaside resort. I haven't got a clue. Or maybe it's just predominantly that we see them days when all the adults are going on fairground, on train trips, etc. And they don't take the children because they're all in child slavery in the mines and the textile mills. Is that the case? The history of Blackpool and the growth of the town is really interesting. It goes back further than the holidays of the Lancashire mill towns, which we're going to look at now in movie form. Okay, you might think Blackpool is a coastal town of the Clyde coast. Was created with the arrival of the railway. Okay, now local historians go much further back. Okay, to the Carleton Elk. 1970, the skeleton of an elk was found in the site of Carleton. That sounds like Caerleon, a Welsh word. It's Roman, anyway. Opposite Blackpool Sixth Form College. The photo shows a display, and this is what they found. Okay, so we have some big elk. So we had elks running around northern England at that time. Barbed arrowheads found in the carcass showed that it was hunted by man 11,000 years ago. Okay, is what they're saying, but I don't worry too much about them timescales. We don't know about them. Fast forward to more recent times. In 1840, Roman coins were found in fossil Fleetwood. Okay, the Rossall hoard. It's a complicated story and intrigue and mystery surrounding the Hascoff family and the founders of Fleetwood, and they get these Phoenician coins turned up, which they call Roman. Okay. More coins were found in the Haskell Saw in 1926, a period of occupation from around 1880, many villages later, and they're all registered in the Domesday Book, which came along at 1086, just after apparently 1066, when the Normans came here. It only took them, that many years from 66 to set up some sort of census for the whole country. What's that with censuses then, guys? They take censuses in the Holy Bible just before the arrival of, the deity. So what's going on exactly with censuses? We have census in Britain, most people refused, and it was by an American company, Serco. Why the fuck does an American company want to censor Britain for? Find out, well, who's living where, who's doing what? Just a rant. Where the name Blackpool came from itself is seen in medieval ages. It takes the name of the discoloured water, Liepel, that the stream drained Moreton Mere and Moreton Moss through the peatlands, and stream went into the sea near present-day Manchester Square. So it was black from the peat of the marshes. Okay, so it's bog, so it's swampy, because it's mud flooded. Okay, Land Enclosure Act of 1766. Tracts of sandhills along the coast were sold. Plots of land, so it starts to arrive, and then this thing's turned up by 1780s, guys. Very early on. There's the hotel. Today, apparently a Witherspoons. But they've grabbed everywhere, haven't they, Witherspoons? Totally supported by the government. No music, get them in, cheap fish and chips, cheap beer, and it just keeps everyone in the one place, all on camera, no smoking. It's all very well worked out. It's very convenient and very nice, but very well worked out with the government, that one. Then Kew Bailey's, which is now the Metropole, okay, and it's now the site of Witherspoons on the promenade. Anyway, so early history of Blackpool. Anyway, it gets kicking off around 1819. They purchased land, and then 1837 is kicked off, and then all of this arrives. So should we take a look? This is a path there, probably going to get copyrighted, but I'm not getting any AdSense, so it doesn't really matter. Right. Whoa. Whoa. One kid. There's maybe one there, but predominantly adult, okay? Disproportionately adult. And look at the totality. This is the same every seaside resort anywhere. And of course the famed Blackpool Tower. Electric lights, guys, 1900. And electric trams is the lines, everything electric. At 1900, so you can presume it was electric, a damn sight before then. Okay, guys, looks to be one sweet little world. Alright, on the Golden Mile. Okay, and up to the tower was built in apparently the Victorian era too. And everything is Tatarian. Oh. The railway is supposed to have brought the people 1840s, okay, from the mining towns. What's this? As early as 1860s, there was still little entertainment to be found in Blackpool. The original Uncle Tom's Cabin. Now, I have an 1869, which is not original, because it would have been early 1860s, and this kicked off the American Civil War. Apparently, one of the reasons was offered refreshments, music, and dancing. 1807, the erosion crumbled the cliff, which was purchased. The current Uncle Tom's was built afterwards. Okay, 1863, the Northern Pier. I think they're Antiquitech, and I think these bunker booths are just shot a charge. I think they're collecting it from the water. I think that's why they're in the water. I don't think it's, you are dozy human, it feels really funky to walk over water. I'll put all amusements dangerously on water. Everything on water. So, but when the tide comes up, the water runs through all of these, which probably covering a charge. Sticking them up to these anomalous bunker booths that are all the way along. I'll show you a bit later. And into the town. It would be a quick way to get, electricity. Hydroelectricity. So 1870, the new promenade and sloping sea wall. Okay, it was all completed. So check that out. Beginnings of Tower and Winter Gardens. Now, when I went on holiday in 1979 there, we were in Manchester Road, and it was right opposite the Winter Palace. The Winter Gardens, which is an old wooden smelly theatre, really smells of wood. And I went in there, and I was the only one in there, and I was just walking around, this kid. It was really incredible. Why do you think it's got 90 on there? And this is their railway station. It's got Technasmia ports blocked up. Why would they have them blocked up? And why would they have them there anyway? Electricity. Oh, well, it would be, it's 1970s. Oh well. And they have like these prominent parades, which we're going to look at now, British parades. It's definitely Phoenician, brainwashing, you'll see in a minute. Excuse me, sorry about that. But you get the Phoenician ship, the Phoenician figurehead, everything, the whole Phoenician thing, even that Phoenician whale thing, and they're all in it. Blackpool Carnival. That's 1923. So let's have a look at the carnival. Okay. Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Tiddly on pom pom. 7 merry days. Yeah, because we're all pissed. Yeah. Overkill with the confetti stuff, though. I think they fucked it there. Wow. That's a lot of humanity. Wow. And they're all children, I think, are they? And they're all dressed as clowns. Wow. That's a Phoenician. And a jester. Carrying a... Ooh, they're having a giraffe. Cool. 4 pillars. Greco-Romano theme. And some dancing 1700s people. So that's a Pathé newsreel, which is on this link. And the beginning of the tram. Now they got electric trams, and I got a videotape in there. I'm going to record on my video recorder. I'm going to take pictures of it, and it shows you they had all electric trams through the Victorian era, all the way up to 1960s in my city in Cardiff, and then they got rid of it all. So there's the Winter Gardens. Check that out, guys. It's the Crystal Palace again. Somebody said in my comments, Garzinski said he thought that these were filling up airships originally before the reset. I think that's a really good one, good idea. 1891. Below this table is the foundation stone, which got laid on the 25th of September 1891 by Sir Matthew Ridgely. Well, debatable whether he laid that foundation stone, actually, guys. And there is supposed to be some sort of witchcraft going on with foundation stones. They put like shadows. I've mentioned it before, the narrative for it. Queen Victoria apparently done it with more herbs and oils, but apparently it goes back to human sacrifice. The Greeks used to practice it on foundation stones. And shadow stealing, some weird practice of passers-by. Excuse me, if we give you 5 bob, can we basically steal your shadow, put it in this envelope and put it under this stone? Make of it what you will. It's the origins of shadow everything. Shadow government, shadow trading, shadow sales is shadow stealing for foundation stones. Look into it what you will. Could be just them. So Tartaria on the corner. And then it crumbled away, so they had to shore it up. There's a bit of film of it coming up where they were going to lose all of their, mud flooded fronts buildings. And there's the fairground in more later days. Okay, Noah's Ark. And dinosaurs got out of the ark. Yeah, that's real. That happened. Yeah. And there's the famous Blackpool hallucinations that are really famous. They light up. So they got the tram. Cool. Take a little look. Keep an eye on the proportion of children to adults. There's one kid, all adults, one small child. What's this? Just draw your attention to all of this. This is just for a pier, and you've got all of this amazing wrought iron work. This thing must have cost, what would it cost in modern money? And these bunko booths, anomalous things with Antiquitech and all of this tech. They say that, the Victorians had this nice tasting like decoration. No, we know this is technology. These, all of it. Right, starting to get more children now. It's going to be more proportionate, but still overwhelmingly adult. Okay. So, like you can see, check this out, guys. This is like, Antiquitech, Tartarian heaven. And it's just supposed to be near Victorian era. You won't get photographs of it being built. They just say, this is what they say, and that's it. Go with it. Okay. Look, what's this? Valuable films indeed. Looks like big wires coming out of it, guys. This. It's just all big wires. You can see straight through. You got top hat. Let's check out the happy hats and the and the gowns and the stuff going on. Some boaters, bowler hats, straw hats, having a fag, umbrellas because it's a bit hot and we got all this fucking black clothes on and it's 86 degrees. Yeah? Fuck me. In this day and age, you'd be much different. Especially in Blackpool. Look, top hat. He's quite tall. I was in Zulu Dawn. Actually, that's Queen Victoria. She's having a walk. She don't look happy. Well, when I was a kid, there was a story of a guy down Canton in Cardiff, and he served in Rorke's Drift for the Welsh Guards. He was there, and he used to go nuts at night, having bad dreams, and run down the street, say the Zulus are coming, the Zulus are coming, and everyone got to hear it in Canton every night. He used to do their heads in. So yeah, it's apparently pretty horrendous. It was a massacre. Check this, and it was all the Welsh. You'll send them in first. Bunker booths. Look at all this. Overwhelmingly adult. Maybe they're just there for the piss up. Like they are now. For all adult. It's not weird for a fucking seaside resort. So this is Mitchell and Keenan film they've used on this vlog, and it's by Guy Jones. I download loads of that Guy Jones stuff. He got brilliant old footage. He's got this one off Mitchell and Keenan. It's on YouTube. He's cleaned it up. He's taken out the stuff off it. Alright, we've got yarns, top hats. So these are your great-great-grandparents, probably. Reset people. Delivered people. Often trained people. 1900. Would you say he is 75? 1825. Not even he's one. You don't see too many older than that. Okay. This. Funko booths. What's this? Are they fucking teleporting them in and out? Jump booths. Wow. They should have left it as situ, man. It was wicked. Wow. Blackpool. So, we move on. Pretty cool. So, there's a bit more to this, anyway. Blackpool doesn't sit on its laurels. Okay. Anyway, so there's some more on Blackpool, and it's older images, but we want to get on. Pretty cool link, anyway, for old Cluage. And Mitch and Keenan is Ledge. Now this one's been colorized, right? Like I said, we need to show it, so let's have a look. Mitchell and Keenan, rare films found in a basement. I think it was in Wigan, Blackburn, something like that. Well, this one's Wigan, and they'd been there 100 years, just left reels of film. And when they opened them up and looked at them, this is what it showed us, a window. Now if this is only like supposed to be the Edwardian era, we should know more, and we don't. That bugs me. That really fucking bugs me. Let's have a look. Cool. Mellin's Food. Mellin. And what is it? Is it steam powered? Why is he filling it up with water? How's that running? Wow, guys. That is some sweet fucking footage, wouldn't you agree? Wow. So loving that. So amazing. Not interesting. Wow. So there's loads more. There's a set of 1, 2, 3, 4. I've selected 1 or 2. They show you incredible things. There's one year and it goes into mud flooded Blackpool, and there's one mud flooded Morecambe Bay. So on this one, what they do is you've got basically one of those processions you have through the streets, okay, which we're going to take a look at. So we start with Giants. Now remember, on the vlog last weekend, what was mentioned by Mel was, right at the end of a vlog, is it possible, because of the cut of their trousers, etc., that Tatarians were black giants? Now follow the code of this, what they're showing. So it starts with giants, or people doing semaphore, don't know what they're saying. And this is in Britain. I think this is in Blackburn, I think. But this is what they were doing 130 odd years ago for entertainment.
This exuberant carnival procession and crew was in aid of their local hospital.
Oh, and Dunce's hat.
In the time before the distractions of television and radio, an enormous amount of effort went into designing the amazing costumes, dances and routines. Look closely.
So what are these? Are they Tatarian? Are they Russian? The women have got fucking Dutch hats on, the men don't look Dutch. Check their hats. I couldn't even pinpoint their nationality. From the Balkans maybe, who knows?
At these clog dancers, you will see they are all men. At carnival time for thousands of years, men became women, white became black, as the world was temporarily turned upside down.
Oh yeah. And this 1700s club are going on. It's like, you know, they're going through time. Well, this looks like dudes and gollywogs, like we said. Could like Goliath, the giant, be like analogy for golly, giant, Goliath, giant.
The men are blacked out as both male
Phoenicians
and female gollywogs,
doing a derogatory thing.
doing a dance
Same with the giants, Dunce's caps on. Who knows? And then again.
This blacking up craze stemmed from American
I'm just suspecting this is red and white, guys.
So-called coons and nigger minstrels. But of course the British Empire was multiracial. Britain still ruled a quarter of the globe, and the British attitude to non-white races was one of superiority. Black people were seen as a more primitive race. The popular stereotypes portrayed them as natty, untrustworthy ladykillers, or as bumbling, clownish idiots, good at music and dancing. Richard and Kennan filmed such street processions all over the country. Fake African tribesmen in leopard skin tunics and black clowns in Accrington. Black men in kilts in Birkenhead. And a drainpipe band in Halifax. In all probability, people didn't think they were being racist when blacking up. For them, it was just innocent entertainment.
Wow, fucking head's blown by that then. Phew. So yeah, it goes through, they get relatives and all that. They come out of the mill, so it's all children. They've been in there 28-hour days. They come out and there's beer out their side waiting for them and stuff. Just have a look at the treatment of British working
Factories
class.
and cotton mills were busy. But each week in the summer, called Wakes Week, a different town was shut down for the greatest holiday of the year.
Working in the mill all day long, collecting cotton under the looms.
Original one-day holiday of the local patron saint, by Mitchell and Kenyon's day, this is expanded to a whole week free.
Which is what they do. They're outside selling beer. Sorry, they're outside selling beer. I'm sorry, you can't hear me. Let's get pissed. So the horse been working hard all day. They're taking him home. He sits there. He listens to the radio that hasn't been invented yet. We read it. We read to him. So fucking hell! Look at all the architecture, the whole this stuff. Look at it. Whew. So yeah, British public are not doing too fucking hot, are they? Yeah, the seaside resorts are covered at the same time with the other side. The other side. And it's more of Blackpool there. So I'll link one or two up and then you can basically go through them for yourself. They are pretty epic, okay? The Lost World of Mitchell and Keenan. And there's one year concerning electrical Edwardians. Like I said, we should know more. And it's more of the same. It's an hour and a half of Mitchell and Keenan here, guys. Okay? Which gives you a valuable insight into a long time ago. You know, they've been down the pit. These are northern working boys, 12, 13, 14 years of age. Look. Look at the cheeky face on him. He's got a face of an old man already, guys. You know? So, highly interesting. I like this bit here. Watch this British kid. He calls a cameraman a twat. Check it out.
When Mitchell and Kenyon and the showmen turned to film many of the factory gate exits in 1900 and 1901, they were usually met by a positive response from the audience and also from the factory owners. When they actually came to Moormarsh to film Parkgate Iron and Steel Company rather than 1901, the reaction is not seen to be quite so popular by the local workforce. This would have been filmed on behalf of a fairground exhibitor to be shown at Rotherham.
Watch this.
Where the
Watch this
aggressive
boy,
manner, where he now says almost like, "Can I take you on if you think I'm hard enough?" is not typical of the usual behaviour of people being filmed by Mitchell and Kenyon.
I like him. So, there's another one here I dug out and all this morning, and it was Nottingham. And I've spent most of the summer up in Nottingham, as you know, probably, hanging out with Mel. And this is like 1951 Festival of Britain, which is essentially like a great exposition. And it goes through Nottingham back in the day. Massive mud flooders. And around the square, around the market square. Well, let's take a little look. And it's all electric trams. It's the same route as you will see today. It's a massive Tatarian city too. It's all Phoenician, was Tatarian. Phoenician architecture everywhere. So, people from Nottingham, we see some relatives. They've got exactly the same setup as now. Okay. Let's have a look at some of the... There you are. So there's the electric setup. All of Britain had it. Why they got rid of it here is beyond me. And here's the architecture. Check this out. I took photographs of it for you 2 weeks ago. I was there 3 weeks ago outside here. Same photographs. All Tatarian. Look at the size of these doors. The arches for this. Wow. Look at this. Huh? Quite cool. Very, very cool. So, more Phoenicians, as you can see. A lion and a unicorn. And they show you the Phoenician art. And some of the digonoratories. So yeah, pretty spectacular. If you're from up north. I know you're going to dig that. And there's another link by here, which is pretty shit odd as well. So it goes through Nottingham on a tram 100 years ago, and it hasn't really changed, not the layout anyway. So that's the first part of this vlogage. Now, break. Okay, we're gonna have a break. No, I was gonna come back for a minute. We're gonna have a break. Okay, halfway through my vlog, I'm gonna have a break. That's what I'm gonna do. Come back, hang out, do shit. Okay, before I touch upon the next stuff. No, I got some very, very juicy and very beautiful photograph collection to show you in a minute, and pics of the day. Okay, so do hang around. Make sure to subscribe to Your Flat Earth British. Thank you very much. Haven't we had a struggle of a summer on Flat Earth British? It has been a hell of a ride, guys. If I was to sit back and review the last year, I don't think I could, because there's that much has happened. It's been that flip side of incredible, not incredible, all at the same time. Mind-blowing and super fantastic at times, guys. Now this, keep an eye out for orbs behind me, by the way. I've just seen one in the corner of the picture. Super fantastic. Yeah, now there's an awakening. Okay, guys, if you know, then you know. Okay, and when you basically dip your toes into the ocean of the awakening, so to speak, you can't let go. Okay, you need the truth. You need to get to the bottom of this. Okay, now it's been mad exciting what has been shown to us, guys. The real reality that's been unfolding to us. It's just been mind-blowing. Some of us can grasp it. I try to, but not really. Others are just basically bewildered, okay, baffled by the whole thing, which we all are. Okay, it is just mind-blowing, all of it. So that's me having a little, brain spew. So be sure to subscribe. We're going to look at some more stuff now. Peace and love to you all. Now, I got a really cool Facebook. Somebody been sharing some cool stuff on my Facebook. Well, a lot of people are actually, and I noticed some people. Lee put some stonking stuff on a photo drop, and he put them on a video yesterday. Now, this was passed to me. Take a look at this, and I thought it was really interesting because I've seen maybe 5 different versions where people have said that the moon is reflecting Earth, like mirror imaging. I thought this was quite interesting because it's quite close to an AE map, if you see what I mean now. So it's the map, or the outline of the moon. Okay, and you can expand it out. Clean it up, and it becomes an AE azimuthal equidistant map of a sort. Quite close. Gives you the continents. Doesn't match perfectly, but I find that's quite incredible. It looks like, Asia's, Americas, Antarctica, what have you. Very interesting. Just putting it out there because I thought it was quite interesting. It's been said before anyway. Okay. Map of flat Earth created by Plasma Moon Image by Stereogeo Studio, whoever that is. So well done, you. Thank you for posting that, or whoever did, on my Facebook. So my Facebook is quite good, and people have been sharing some shit hot stuff, and this was one. These pictures. Okay, we'll have a look at these pictures. These pictures, I have actually saved them, so they'll be probably bigger, but let's have a look. Okay, it's mud flood stuff by Andrew Ferguson. Big shot, Andrew. Look at that, under mud. And some underground carved stone catacombs. Immense, if these are handrails. Okay, and I've seen that bridge before. That is an incredible bridge. That's beautiful. And some Phoenician. Whew, sorry. Thank you. Wow, look at these 4 pillars. Look at these statues holding up this. that's incredible. Beautiful. And we got one the same in Cardiff. It's the older building with the massive skyscraper stuck on fucking top. It looks terrible. And they've done the same thing there. They got the old building, they put a new one and just left the facade of the old. They do that. Hide it all in plain sight. We're going to look at some of these in antiquity shortly, guys. I'm going to ponder what the fuck. I think this is one of these. Look at this though. Cymatic ceilings. Vibrational ceilings. Look at that. Phew. Something else. Is that an ancient cavern from giant walls from resets past? Are these layered naturally formations, or are they laid blocks? One. Wow. Little windows. Why don't you need windows? Why don't you want natural light all wall? What was this thing? Pumping station? And the fakery and the bullshittery that is a lot of our Egypt antiquity. When you get down to Nubia, it all starts cleaning up. Look, face is gone. It's just all stone, plaster over the outside. Faking of a empire. And these are all flooded. I guess this is Lake Aswan. I guess this is Egypt. The Phoenician architecture just left. It's probably all under the lake now. They moved a lot of it. That's coming. If they carry on down the same path with the technological culture. This is interesting. Painted in 1930, a picture of the future, and the artist got it. So this is in the 1930s, and look, they're on Skype or WhatsApp, and they've even got the headphones in and this. So they nailed it. Pretty good, eh? Ka-ching. And some plasma discharge on this. That's one immense blast. What's in there? I hear Lee Sharp bones. And what mud flooded that old arch? Underground level. I wonder. And this is on the top of a mountain from the ancient culture that was taken out in a reset. I believe Mesopotamia probably. And I'm not really sure what that kid's doing, sat on that cannon in all this wicker, because he doesn't even look, he looks from the 1950s, and this looks like an American Civil War setup, so I don't know. Commemorative. Giants painted them. And they had triple story buses. Who knew? 1926 you had 3-story buses in, I presume, Russia. Bunker move in the background. Check that. They should have kept them, but they would have had to alter all the railway bridges. How did that get under bridges? I think this is a model. Looks from the outside to be a model. Maybe Pompeii. I think it is. And that bridge. Wow. All covered in mud. Okay, pretty shit out them. I'm very happy with them. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. So that's my Facebook. Anyone wants to join, it's Martin Matsons, M-A-T-S-O-N. I'll just show you, and you can be added. I'll add you. There's loads of stuff going on there, and somebody posted this. Check this out, guys. For Skanked. Better now, better then. Yeah, I know. Look at that. I've shown that picture. It's beautiful, isn't it? Wow. Look at this. They got it going on. Well, that's out of place. But check it out. Beautiful, isn't it? And they're all mud flooded, look. So I'll link that up. You can take your time, you know. Sorry I gotta rush through, but time's getting on. I need to get through. What a delight. And I got a photograph of them, these now, with these boards off and all of the water pumped out. These windows go way, way low, way low. Massive broad bridges, and there's only horse and carriage at this stage. All this antique tech all the way in these pillars, all the way along these bridges always, but only horse and carriage, never for the volume of the people. Streets too broad for airships, some sort of transport. What about this? Pumping station, I'd say, to get the water off the land into that canal in the past. Along with these, they're pumps. Okay, they don't necessarily always grind corn. They can be used to pump water off the land into the canals. So keeping the lowlands of Holland nice and dry, because the Phoenicians have mastery over water. Now, mappage. Because we're going to talk about Holland and water some more. This is a map sent to me this morning. Thank you whoever sent. My brain's just gone to fudge. Did try to remember. And it's of Leiden, okay, very close to my name, and it's like Phoenician coded with the Frisian and the strange lance that Vince talks about, and they're blowing this air down, and these strange demonic beings all over again. Okay, so what's happening to Leiden is a massive battle, and the question is this some sort of watery warfare where they breach dams, they come in with these massive things? What's this? You know, a torpedo boat at this era. What's it doing there? And Tom is, this part is seemingly underwater. Okay. Dam. And all of this is up to its roof. So I think they might have busted a dam. I know they had a giant flood in this period. And a giant star fort, look. All the way around, bastion star forts or satellite star forts, all the way around. And another here. A big tower in the middle. But the rest is just flooded. So they're in a huge battle. Everything's flooded. And there's some paths. Kirk walk, church walk. So there's some paths leading over the flooded land. And that is in 1574 or I-574, when I think Holland was probably underwater and having a bit of a takeover going on. Phoenician style. Right. Next one is a map from the same era. Reason I picked it up is because it's Arab, so it's a different source, and it's in Phoenicia, it's in Venice, okay, so I think it might be a good clue in it. So we're going to take a little look, see what we think. Okay. Now, 500-year-old map, what can it tell us? And it's Arab, but it is in the possession of Venice. Okay. Like I said, it's very early. So it has the four angels, so they know of that. So we'll start up north. Don't know what that is, but the first thing Randy is going to love, one of my subs, is this heart map. And they have this centre bit in 4 continents with rivers running in. I'm not sure what that is. Greenland's anomalous. America has no lakes. Very anomalous. Okay. These look like trumpets. Blowing in sound, don't they? Okay. And island looks weird, so I'm not sure what all this is. And then you get down south. So there's land up north, and you get down south, and they've mapped, like we see over and over again, like the map behind me, the Urbano Monte map and other maps. They've mapped mountain ranges on a land mass. Is it there? Is it covered in ice, or is it just there? It comes up all the way as far as this, which I suspect is Capricorn. Okay. What about this? Is that a brain? Is that a brain blower? An intestine blower? Okay, and you get celestial ones as well. Okay. Motions. And a comet, which is, in this case, a broom. For all our land below. Again. Why are they mapping it? Why they got place names? All the way up here again. If it ain't there. Is it got flooded? Well, no, because they say they go there, don't they? So is it there? Yeah, I reckon. So the next one, this is pretty fucking spectacular. The next one is a collection of Indian pictures, photographs, late 1800s, of beautiful stuff. Okay, I'm gonna like these a lot. Okay. That clears up. Excuse me. So they give you ornamental ceilings, etc. And the most beautiful decoration. Yeah? No, I used to be like, I was really into, I suppose, Krishna conscious type thinking as a young man. But now I just see it as another Phoenician implant, and not the great 6,000-year-old, 8,000-year-old tales of the Mahabharata. These are resets, ongoing, and relatively recently as well. Look at this, is an unusual type of concrete, isn't it? Wow. Wow. I've thought all the way up the hill. What are they keeping out? So this is the remnants of old world India and their stupas or their pyramids, pyramid technology, tech. Looks still bloody active, that looks shiny. Made of some unbelievable, beautiful metal. And on Yula. Wow. Oh, here as well. Here. Wow, that looks an incredible place. What about this? It's very watery. I'm taking a bathe. Look how dry it is though. It looks like some sort of resort, doesn't it? So, yeah. Procession or whatever. Okay? It's a procession, so they're doing like a Ganges dip. Oh, I can imagine the noise. I bet the food is outstanding now. Wherever that's happening. Is he boss? Cool. Right. So, why is that in blue? Somebody up there. So yeah, that's some funky place. Some sacred waters. Something happening in India. Cool. More Indians. Okay. Carrying a goat. Looks a fake background, because it is. So then a Photoshop booth thing. And the elephant. What was the trunk up for luck? And a stupa. definition days. Wow. Look at it all. Just for aesthetics. Does nothing. And fighting young lads. Okay. No, check this out, guys. Check this out. Ancient Brahmanic. The Brahma. So look at this, a quality ceiling. It's got a big crack in it and they put a lintel up so it all come in. See? They put that in. A-frame. Okay. All these swirls. Very trippy. Tell me if you recognise anything, guys. Please, these swirls, they feel Celtic themed. Okay. Amazing. Why is it all like it? I couldn't possibly say. Except for technology. These come, they'll come now. Take a bit of time loading these Gallicas. Sorry about that. But I will pass this to you, only go through a few, and I'm going to be moving on. Check this out. Oh fuck. Big, isn't it? Not a centimetre, not carved. Just everything. Is these like drums? Yeah, like drums. Pretty fucking spectacular, them, innit, guys? I don't know what's down there. Maybe we'll get to see the ceiling. Oh, this ceiling is the best ceiling ever. In big one for me. Thank you. So you got your deities, and you get the most elaborate somatic pattern you'll ever see. Just the intricacy. Let's just check it out. Stone? Guys, stone? Really? What about this? What's illuminating? Is there an electric light bulb in there, do you think? Maybe how'd they get it up there? On a giant step ladder and they unscrew that? Or is it just that bright? Naturally. Are these seashells? Might be. Holy cow. That is a ceiling. Phew. Got some more coming later. We like ceilings on Flat British. They're pretty sure. So, some of their amazing architecture, which is in scaffold, yet it's filthy fucking dirty. So why is there all just nothing outside, really? 2 people? Nobody goes there anymore. Is why. Alright? For some reason. Okay, these are going to take 10th of Never, so I'm just going to pass them to you because that was a really good ceiling and that was well worth the wait. Okay? These are taking fucking 10th of Never. So I'm going to move on. Just take a look at one more if it bothers. Just one person, a boy. Massive high minarets. Techie building. Stepped higher and higher and higher. Nobody there. I find that a lot. For such a massive population. Excuse me, I fucked that up. Sorry, I got something in my throat. Fuck. Right, there you are. Fuck me. Anyway, I don't want all that. Don't think it's doing that. So, next one. Sorry about all that. Is incredibly interesting, actually, guys. This one I'm gonna have to show you. It's concerning. Something that we've noticed concerning this, which is the construction of the Opera House in Paris in the 1800s, which is surely being constructed, because it's here on camera. The whole world is still there, but they're building a giant opera house. So I thought, well, I'll have a closer look. I'll scrutinise this a bit more, I thought. I was checking out the arches. Alright, that's doable. They're bringing the stone in, steel. Things are being built. Cool. After it's been destroyed by the communards, you need to. Scaffolds in place, the builders are all there. And I went lower. So there's these giant things which are already stinking dirty, already leaching lime. Doesn't that take some time? For that amount of lime? Let me know. I've been on the buildings, as far as I know that's the case. These blocks down here, they look fucking ancient. But what about these blocks over here, guys, that they're building on top of? It's an older world. And even older underneath. Yeah? Some of this was still there. They're rebuilding it after events, is what they're doing. Touching it up, is my suspect. After what they call the 1871 Prussian-Franco War. I think it's a takeout of architecture. But a good cluage anyway. It's built on top of other remains. And the stuff's really stinking. So some of the bottom stuff I think is there. I really do. I think it's there, some of the bottom stuff. Is that like a time to have a tree grown on it, sort of thing? And, you know, all of this pollution, sort of thing. So, I think it's older. Yeah? But that's wood. Okay, so, I guess it could have dropped down and landed on the sill. Just to, you know, be reasonable. I'm not biased, which is why I'm showing this anyway. So yeah, they're certainly building it, but in the photographs, you know, that's a fake. But what they are showing you is it's built on top of older stuff. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, guys. This is the case. So that's being a motherfucker. So I'm going to move on. Pass you them anyway. I'm going to the picks of the day. I got a book coming out next month. Okay, guys. People have been very kind actually with the patients, because basically things have gone to shit. Flat Earth British has been on its ass for quite some time, trying to, you know, push ahead, keep positive for the peeps, and keep on going. Okay, for myself too, because it means a lot to me. Flat Earth British, and the people do. You know this. We got a different thing going on than the rest of YouTube. Okay, as you all know, it's called unselfish fucking sharing. So there it is. There's my book. Okay, and it talks about flat Earth, free energy, the Four Angels model, the electromagnetic model, and it's a decoding of antiquity, which will just point the way. What we need for new beginnings. Be from them. Mud and mind-blowing Mudflood is my website. Okay, guys, and it's been updated. Warrior for Truth. Berkeley Books, and you can go on there and you can get through to purchase information for my earth-shattering, mind-blowing book. Okay, there's all my shit that goes down on our subjects: Mudflood, Italia, Comets, Fasce, Starforce, Technasmia, Antiquitech, airships, giants, words, maps, and resources. My son's channel, and on to picks of the day. So we're going to look at some more images of seaside resorts and mixed stuff. I'll let you know what they are as soon as I get there. So this is Western Supermare Pier. I've been on it back in the days of bank holiday fightings back in the day, but there used to be a go-kart thing on the end of that pier, and first time I went there I was too young and they wouldn't let me go on it. They said I was too young and I got upset. Really elaborate, Electricity, maybe. No. What about these? Maybe. Steel all the way along. Do you see any kids? Yeah, maybe. One. Perambulator, maybe. No, it's a lady. Sleeve. So there's no children. Just adults walking on a pier. Seems to be because everyone else is in slavery, maybe. Oh. Excuse me. And these are just a gathering of pictures. I thought this one was incredible. I picked up a narrative, I was reading it, but I didn't want to go into it because it was a bit morbid. Excuse me. Like I don't do morbid. I live in Cardiff in South Wales in the UK, and there's a little town, well, it's not so little, next to us called Barry, or Barry Island. I was looking into it a little bit. This place was Tartaria. Look at this all the way down in these massive arches. I was looking into it because there was a narrative that Jack the Ripper actually moved to Barry Docks, apparently. Because a local gang, he'd unearthed letters suggesting so. And the piers all over Britain. This one's in Plymouth, Hope. And look at this bunker booth, guys. Same again with this steel going up and all this going on. And on top of the clock tower. And on top of the pier. And you get one either side. These things are generating electricity in the past, guys. And they're pumping it out into the town. Chicago World's Fair, probably running the trams by them. So everything you see in this picture here, guys, if you don't know, gets destroyed by fire. I mean everything, as far as the eye can see, is a plain of burnt ashes and little pebbles. Nothing remains except for this much. This is bigger than the London Eye. Okay, and Chicago World's Fair of 1893. Okay, and this one is the Chicago Exposition. Okay, which I've been looking into again. I've got lovely books on this, but we'll touch upon that in another one. Okay, I've been looking at the images to see if it's predominantly adult, and again, it is. So I think with the great expositions, you're going to see it's predominantly adult as well for some reason. And this is it going up in flames. It's all Tartaria. This masonry is that electricity, not fire. And everyone just watching, like they did with the San Francisco fire. Just watching it all burn. I'm just wondering if the air would be too noxious to stand that close. That's all I'm thinking. And there it is. Replica of Venice. All of this built just for a couple of fucking months, like a year or so. Pump millions of people through. You never see there because it's always fucking empty. They'll just rebuild a replica Viking ship. Wow. This is Doncaster in the UK, guys. Okay, Doncaster in the UK. If you're from there. 1887, same. And this is their mud-flooded street. Literally mud. They haven't got pavements, so they've got a road back then. They're fucking lovely lampposts, though. So Tartarian, Doncaster. Oh, it's a giant. He's a little bit small. Okay. They exist. In loads of depictions about Phoenician lampposts. And bunker booths, could they be teleporters for giants, these ones? They gotta get around. And as I posted on my last post about water above, now I got exactly this photograph I've taken myself, and I've taken one of Jupiter, and they look like cymatic patterns or waveforms travelling through a medium, the ripples identical to water. Occam's razor for me, guys, it's water. And they are whatever, plasma effect souls. Okay, look at this Philadelphia building. Old Tartaria just stuck in the middle of a junction of a railway, a tram. Pretty atmospheric, that one. Okay, I showed you them, which are pretty good, and more of Tatarian seaside resorts, everything in wrought iron, everything decorated. So I couldn't tell you where that one is. It's in Bournemouth. Oh, I like Bournemouth. And there's that one again. Okay. Ceilings and mud flooders. Thank you for them on Facebook. That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, I know. And 3-story thing. Right. Iberian Bank in San Francisco. These were sent in. These are other ones I haven't seen of San Francisco. Okay. And this one seems to be intact. The roof's gone. It's a Greco temple. After the events and the firestorms of 1906. Now, what I notice is we've talked about beaches, people have been saying they don't have towels and etc. But what I find overwhelmingly is these things, these little huts, and in this case in Blackpool, they push them right up into the water. So you get straight out, you can get on with your business in there, or teleport in, and then you can just sort of get into the water. So no one else can see, because it's all really weird, and you know, can't show skin. It's fucking all odd. Don't even know what was going on. It's really weird. Social engineering, yeah. So there it is. That's the Chicago's World Fair Dome for Angels, and the people turned up that day. Phew. Very beautiful. Okay, and there it is from above. Okay, St. Louis one, Chicago one, and many, many others, all destroyed. And as I'll show you with the San Francisco one in a minute, taken apart. This is the World's Fair fairground. Now, is there something going on with fairgrounds? What about the word fair? You know, there's a fair to go to the fairground. This is a fair and a fair pay. So these been going on right through our culture, and you take children to fairgrounds for cheesy foods and dangerous rides, so they get ill, and there seems to be an overwhelming evil theme, doesn't there, to fairgrounds? Is there something more going on with fairgrounds in the past, guys, is what I'm asking. This entire fairground is the Chicago's World's Fair fairground, and it's gone. As far as the eye can see, it's gone. Okay, Amsterdam, still got the water there, but look how deep these have gone. Up, up, up they go in Amsterdam. And another San Francisco image. These are all in situ. So this never got taken out by the earthquake. This got taken out by the earthquake and the fire. And all this rubble is what? It's what? Like an atomic blast. Not that they exist. San Francisco again. It's really weird how the people are behaving. Where's the, you know, no police, no martial law, no soldiers on corners. Everyone behaving accordingly. Having loads of money to build all these buildings that John Levy was talking about on his last post. £1 million a fucking slot for each building in the Great Expositions 9 years later than this for the Pan Pacific Exposition. This makes no fucking sense. Look at the state of it, guys. This is San Francisco. Like I say, it's just organised. I know it looks like chaos, but nobody's like gone to shit. The whole city's destroyed, guys. You see what happens in modern day when this happens. It's martial law, isn't it? Everything's in situ, even that big old English looking church up there. Isn't that interesting? All this is. And everything else is in bits. Excuse me. That's a very intriguing shot. Wow. Again. This is Mellifort. This was sent in by One Love. One Love, One Love. Peace and love to you, lady. And it was built apparently 1750, Melfort, Melfort, in County Low, in Ireland. And looks like it'd been zapped by something and mud flooded the fuck. That's an old photo. And this is what happens to this great expositions, or the Panama Pacific expositions in Chicago. The Italian Tower is getting like sort of flat and knocked down, and they say inside is all this whatever plaster. Is this plasterboard? Does it make sense, guys? And it looks like it's going to come down on top of these bunko booths, doesn't it? Where's it going to land? Between there and there, in that gap? Is that what they want you to believe? Let's have a look at that, guys. So it will land. This photo is fake as fuck. It's this side of the tower here. It's just going to drop there, and it's just going to fucking disintegrate these two whatevers. And these look like they're running. They don't even look like the same photographs. Weird. That's just weird, that is. And more of the Chicago World's Fair. All this zapped, burned. And I was inside and they had a giant mammoth. A giant, well, you would stick next to a giant mammoth. Octopus. Isn't that curious? An ant octopus is really, really interesting. I don't know, some Jesuit dude, but a little dog's looking up. It's a weird chair, isn't it? Has he got like some, what's this in the fucking door arch? Is that the devil? It's a bit weird, isn't it? He's a content fucking platey dude. Let's see which side he's on. Anyway, so this is Detroit in panoramic Sharpie image, and it's old world Tataria with the new world creeping up beside it. With these big massive arches here. It's mud flooded. Sweet shots. I love the shots of Detroit. And the Phoenicians in Chicago's exposition with their same ships and their same figureheads and their same craziness going on. That's in the Happy Hats from the last post. They were banned in Holland in this period, or after 1870, and the women didn't wear them anymore because it's technology is why. This is the Tesla exposition which he presented in the World's Fair. It's the alternating current dynamos or what have you, motors, or he's ripping off of his life, if he ever really existed. There's only social engineering programs to tell us that he did exist, and bogus photographs as fuck. Anyway, that's me. Fireworks. So, thank you very much, everybody. If anyone is happy or willing to contribute to Flat Earth British survival, as in everything just turned to shit, I have zero happening on here, on my Patreon, because everyone's dropped off from the hack and is safe now, so you join that again would be brilliant, or PayPal. Okay, I'm not shy to ask because I never ever fucking do, and I've hit a brick wall, so to speak. So thank you. I try. Anyway, that's me, my black cat. Okay, my trilby. They're called trilby. Does that look purple? It's the light. So. Okay, that looks cool. Peace and love to you all. Be good. I'll see you on the next one in a day or two.